Okay, how's everybody doing today? God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Are you ready for the millennial reign? Are you ready for the second coming of Christ? Are you ready for the rapture? Are you ready for the resurrection? Okay? I sure hope I'm ready. I want to talk to you about something today. With this being the day before Resurrection Sunday, I'm learning not to call Resurrection Day not Easter. I think Resurrection Day is more appropriate. I think it's more befitting Resurrection Day. This word Easter, I'm not sure what that originated from. That word originated from, but anyway, the day before Resurrection Day, we want to talk about the resurrection. What can you expect? We know what happened during the resurrection, but we want to, what can you expect in the next resurrections? There are two more resurrections that are coming. Two more resurrections. There are not three resurrections. There are two. Some people teach that the rapture is going to take place before the tribulation. And that is that, and this is going to cause people to be raptured and resurrected. And they teach that at the end of this tribulation, the saints that died during the tribulation will be resurrected again. And they teach that there will be another resurrection at the end of the 1,000-year reign of Christ. The Bible doesn't teach that. The Bible teaches two resurrections. Okay? A resurrection before, just before the millennial reign begins, and a resurrection after the millennial reign. That's what the Bible teaches. So there isn't three resurrections. Okay? There's only two. So we know what happened. We know what happened during the last resurrection. It's written in Matthew 27:51. Also, the book of Enoch talks about the resurrection. Let me see, do I have that? Yes, I wish I could find that, but it's in the book of Enoch. Enoch spoke about the resurrection. The resurrection that took place after Christ's crucifixion. So, we know that Christ was raised from the dead. Matthew 27:51. Okay. Matthew 27:51. It says, "And behold, the veil of the temple was rent." This was after Christ gave up the ghost. Was rent in twain, or in two, from the top to the bottom. And the earth did quake. Now listen, there's something you should remember. At the resurrection, there will be an earthquake. Just like here. Okay, just like here. Listen, the Bible said that What has been shall be again. What has been shall be again. The scripture also says that the scripture was written aforetime for our learning. Okay, the scripture, we can learn from what has been written in the scripture already, right? That's what it says. The scripture was written aforetime, for our learning. What has been shall be again. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? The scripture also says that God declares the end from the beginning. Okay? If you want to understand the end of something, go back to the beginning of something, of that thing, okay, of that time. Go back to the beginning of it, and you will understand the ending of it, okay? So we want to understand, get some idea of the resurrection. Go back to when the first resurrection, right? Go back to the first resurrection. The scripture was written aforetime for our learning. We are to learn from the first resurrection, okay? Because the end of this age is declared from the beginning of this age, right? The beginning of this age started when Christ rose from the dead. All right? I'm going to tell you all something. Excuse me, I'm a little sleepy. I'm going to show you all something that's going to happen during the resurrection that I bet you didn't think of. Listen, and all you all that's listening to my video, I really would like some feedback. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I mean, just kind of let me know. Hey, well, I don't understand this, brother Rome. I don't understand this. And when you said that, I don't quite agree with that because it helps me. It helps me to study deeper. It helps me to learn more. Okay. And share these videos. If you agree with these videos, please share them with somebody. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you about some things that's going to take place in the resurrection. Matter of fact, I got a video on Facebook right now, on YouTube. I forgot which video it is. I still don't know how to put it in the link and all that, so you can click on the link, and I don't know how you do that stuff. I'm still learning this stuff. But anyway, I got a video out already called I saw the resurrection, or something like that. How I saw the resurrection. And I got one. I put it on YouTube. I put it back on Facebook today. So if you guys, excuse me, yawning. If you guys like this video, share it, please. And I really would like some feedback. But listen, I'm gonna let you all in on something on the resurrection that you probably haven't heard, you probably didn't know, and it's scripture. Okay. This is my assignment. I am to help you understand the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is what I'm supposed to do. And the closer we get to it, we should understand it. We should understand it. Okay? The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10 says, many shall be purified. That word purified actually translates, many shall understand or see clearly. As we move into these last days, many shall understand, shall become purified as well, but many shall understand. Okay? Many shall understand and see clearer, and clearly, and made white and tried. Many shall be tried. We shall be tried. I know I've been tried. And made white and come to understanding. Okay, then it says, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Listen, the closer we get to the second coming of Jesus Christ, we're going to understand his second coming better and better. And it's my job to help you understand the second coming of Jesus Christ. People that are still teaching that the church is going to be taken out of this world before the tribulation begins, they're in error. Okay? They're in error. Have you guys been keeping up with what's going on with Russia and the United States? Y'all know the United States is Babylon, right? You know that. We know that. It's the mystery Babylon that John saw. The city John saw, Mystery Babylon in the Bible, that's New York City. Okay, I did a video on that too. That's New York City. He saw New York City. New York City is the world trade capital. Okay? It's the world trade capital. New York City, and has been for a while. It don't look like it's going to be there, be that for long though, but it has been there for a while. And there's a Babylon, New York, literally Babylon, 13,000, I think 13,000, population 13,000. Babylon, literally Babylon, New York. Okay? It's only 3 places in the world that I know, three locations in the world that I know that actually have cities called Babylon. That's Babylon, Iraq, which is in the Bible. We know that's in the Bible, that was destroyed years ago. And God said that nobody would inhabit it anymore. And Babylon, Egypt. Okay, that's just a little small ghost town, population, probably 100 people. And then there's Babylon, New York. Anyway, we know the United States is Babylon. Okay? Everything that's predicted there in that Revelation 17:18 is talking about the United States. But have you noticed that the world is starting to turn on America? Have you been keeping up with this? And listen, I'm not trying to get no points here or anything like that, but I'm not saying anything right now that I have not been saying in the past. I've been saying that all those countries, they're going to follow Russia. They're going to join with Russia. You watch what I tell you. Germany's going with Russia. Turkey. All those, especially those European countries, they are going with Russia. They're going to join with Russia. Okay? Britain is coming under Russia's control. I'm telling you all. I don't care what the news media tell you all about United States, how well the United States is doing. The United States right now, they can feel their power slipping. Okay, the government is nervous. The U.S. government is nervous right now. All those countries are going to follow Russia. Russia is going to somehow going to what's the word I'm looking for? Immobilize our air defense. Okay? This is how, in Ezekiel, I think Ezekiel 38 chapter, when they invade Israel, this is how they're going to do it. America's not going to be there to stop them. Won't be able to stop them. The king of the north is Russia. Okay, Russia is going. Did you see all those African countries? Do you see all those African countries are now turning in favor of Russia and China? And they thumb their nose up at America. They're giving America the middle finger now, because America's treated them people really bad. Okay, and America knew that they didn't have no other option. But well, now they got an option. Now they got other options. They got China and they got Russia. And maybe India too, and maybe some other countries. Okay, so they're giving America the middle finger. But listen, I didn't get on here to talk about this, but anyway, you have some videos I made on it. Just go look it up. But these countries are turning on the United States. They are rising up and condemning the United States for all the crimes that they have committed, that the U.S. government has committed against people around the world. They are condemning America right now. America is under condemnation right now by the other nations. I'm telling you guys, we need to prepare ourselves in Christ now, because they are coming here. They are coming here. Okay? Russia is going to force a lot of nations to follow her. There are going to be many African countries, as I've said in the past, and they are joining now. They are joining Russia now. There are going to be many African countries and the Arab countries going to join with Russia. You'd be surprised how many people hate the United States. Okay? Look at us, black people. We don't hate. God told me not to hate this country. Okay, He told me to have more of a patriotic attitude about it, which I'm not a very patriotic person, and I wasn't very patriotic toward America. But the Spirit of God let me know you should be patriotic towards your country. But just think, if the black people had the power to exact gotten recompense from what has been done to us in the past, we would have gotten it by now. And Vietnam is not going to forget what America did. Korea is not going to forget what America did. Those other countries, they're not going to forget. Those African countries, they're not going to forget it. They are coming. They are coming. You might feel like, well, I'm not going to be here when it happens. You may not. I don't know. I may not. But they're coming. Okay? But anyway, I got off on something else. I didn't mean to get off on that. We talking about the resurrection. People who teach that the resurrection is 3 resurrections is not going to be 3 resurrections. The Bible only talks about the first resurrection, the second resurrection. Okay? So we're going to read a little bit about the first resurrection. Get some kind. I'm gonna let you all in on something about the resurrection that's coming. Okay, Christ will rise again. He will rise again. Well, you might say, well, I thought He rose once already. How can He rise again? He's going to rise again. He's going to rise again in you, in me. He's going to rise again in His people. And at this resurrection that's coming, when Christ rises again in us, in His people, there will be a great earthquake again. Okay? Just like the first time there was a great earthquake. The ground is going to shake. There will be a great earthquake, and the graves are going to open. Now I'm going to show you what God showed me about the resurrection. This is something y'all probably don't know. The resurrection is going to take place over a number of days or maybe weeks. It's not going to happen all at once, like a lot of people teach. Okay? It's not going to happen. Everybody's not going to get up at one time, the same second, the same day. That's not Scripture. It's not going to happen that way. The Bible said that 1 Corinthians 15:23, it tells us clearly that men will be raised in an order. Every man will be raised in his order. That will be an order. Okay, we know Christ is the first fruits, right? We know that. He was the first one that got up. Matthew 27:15. He was the first one. And then after him, there were these Old Testament saints. They got up after him, right? See, that was an order. And the Bible said that we will not precede those that are asleep in the grave. In other words, we're not going to be raptured up or taken up until the people that's in the graves are risen, right? That's what the Scripture says. Until the people that's in the graves are risen first, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up to meet the Lord in the air. So there's an order. There's going to be an order. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. This is what God showed me, y'all. This I'm gonna explain what He showed me, because I wouldn't have never understood this order. Okay, I wouldn't have had no idea that I would have just believed what Bible prophecy teachers teach. You know that we'll be caught up in a twinkling of an eye. The Bible doesn't teach that we'll be caught up in a twinkling of an eye. The Bible teaches we will be changed in a moment and in a twinkling of an eye. You will be changed in a moment and in a twinkling of an eye. Okay? Because nobody that ever been raptured, remember the Bible said, the Scripture said, He declares the end from the beginning. So you have to, and the Scripture was written aforetime for our learning. So we have to go back to the past and study those that have been raptured and find out if they were caught up in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, or changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. If you go back to Jesus Christ, you see he wasn't caught up in a moment and in a twinkling of an eye. There were people that stood there and watched him go up, right? He wasn't caught up in a moment and a twinkling of an eye. That's just not Scripture. There's just so many things that's wrong with this pre-tribulation teaching. And the crazy thing about it, man, you give somebody these scriptures, a person who believes in pre-tribulation rapture, and they will totally ignore just what I just said. They will totally ignore it and just say, well, this is what I believe. I just believe it. Anyway. But we know Elijah, he wasn't caught up in a moment in a twinkling of an eye. Elisha stood there and watched Elijah go up. Okay? You go to the two witnesses of Revelation, the two witnesses in the book of Revelation, we know they wasn't caught up in a moment in a twinkling of an eye because the whole world watched them go up. They wasn't caught up in a moment in a twinkling of an eye. They were changed in a moment in a twinkling of an eye. Okay? Okay, so how did I get off on that? For what reason? Okay. But every man in his order. All right, sorry about that. Every man in his order. Okay, I was thinking as I was told all these years that everybody's going to be disappear all at once and just turn around, nobody's there, and all that stuff. That's not Scripture. Okay, that's not how it's going to happen. When you are changed in that twinkling of an eye, somebody going to be there and going to see it. When you're changed. They saw Elijah. They probably saw Enoch too. Because Enoch, his children knew that he was going to leave. They knew the very day he was going to leave, just like Elijah. Elijah knew Elijah. But anyway, on the day of the resurrection, I keep losing my train of thought here. You will be changed, and everybody has an order, okay? There's an order. And what I found out, listen, this is what I found out. This is what God kept showing me in dreams and stuff. That we are going to be in church services and just wherever we at. And we're going to run across people that have died 20, 30, 40 years ago. And I could hear people saying, hey, I saw, you remember Joseph? You remember James? You remember Deacon so-and-so? You remember missionary so-and-so? I saw her yesterday. And I could hear people saying, no, she's been dead for 40 years. But I saw her though. And we're going to have church services where people that have died, pastors that have died 30, 40 years ago, going to be in our church services while we having service. They're going to walk up in our church services. They're going to be sitting in our pulpit. They're going to be sitting out in the audience with the rest of the people. And during this time, we will not be changed. We will still have our natural bodies. Okay? Because the resurrection will be taking place at that time. It will be taking place over a number of days, a number of weeks. Every man in his order. There will be an order. Okay? And while we are still in our physical body waiting for our time, we will have people that will have died years ago that's going to be coming to our house and visiting our house and coming to the church and visiting us in the church and seeing them on the street. Okay? This is not going to be a spooky, weird thing. Matter of fact, if it's spooky and weird, if this happens and it's spooky and weird to you when it happens, you're not going to be ready. Okay? If this is going to freak you out, like, oh, you're supposed to be dead, you won't be ready. Okay? Because well, if you're ready when this happens, you're going to be excited. Okay? Because you're excited, that's going to show that you're ready. But if it freaks you out and you get scared and you don't know what to do, you're not ready. You won't be ready. Okay? But they're going to be in our church services. I saw this. People that have died 10, 20 years ago, they're going to be coming to our church services. They're going to be meeting people on the street. You're going to see them walking up in businesses or whatnot. You're going to see them coming to people. That's what Enoch said in the book of Enoch. I wish I could find that. But Enoch said that these people visited people in their homes. These people visited people in their homes. Listen, in the 27 chapter, 53rd verse, it says, 52nd verse, started 52nd. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose. And the 53rd verse said, and came out of the graves after his resurrection, after Christ's resurrection, and went into the holy city and appeared unto many. We're going to have the same thing happen again. They're going to appear unto many. A lot of the people that have died, they're going to appear unto many. You're going to be going about somewhere doing something. You're going to see people that have died years ago, and they're going to say, hey, how you doing? Okay? And if it freaks you out, you won't be ready. You're not going to be ready. Okay? But you're going to know, hey, it's time. It's time. If you go to the book of Daniel, it says, let me say this before I get my thought. Jesus Christ, he walked the earth and he did ministry in the earth 40 days after he was resurrected. Okay, he remained on the earth for 40 days. And he visited people, talked to people, interacted with people for 40 days. Okay? 40 days, I believe, is the number for dominion anyway. Okay? Dominion. Okay? It took the children of Israel 40 years to go from the desert, from Egypt to the promised land. It's supposed to have taken them 40 days. But because they were not cooperating with God, it took them 40 years. Also, Jesus took back the earthly dominion for men when he fasted 40 days. Okay, so the number 40 is for dominion. Okay, when you're taking back dominion, this is what I believe. I believe from the time that let's see. Let's go here to Daniel 12 and 11. It says here, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination of desolation, we talked about abomination of desolation just a few days ago, that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,292 days, 3.5 years, 42 months, 3.5 years. And then verse 12 said, listen at this, verse 12 says, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,335 days. Okay? 35 days. Okay, from the abomination of desolation, there's going to be 1,290 days. So 3.5 years. But if you can wait 45 days more, this is what this is saying. Okay? 40 days plus 5 more. If you can wait till then, it says, listen, it says, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days, 1,335 days. Okay? Because the resurrection is going to begin 1,290 days after the abomination of desolation. The resurrection is going to begin 1,290 days after the abomination of desolation. And then 45 days after that, then the saints will be changed. Okay? Because the Bible said, blessed are those who wait 1,335 days. All right? So, yeah, man, that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. You're going to see saints that have died years ago. They're going to be walking our streets, just like the book of Enoch said, and just like Matthew 20:27 says here, 52, 53 verse, 53rd verse. Okay, they were seen by many. They're going to be in our churches. They're going to be in our homes. They're going to visit us. But we will still be in our physical body. And we're going to have to wait 45 more days. Okay? The Bible said, blessed are those who wait 45 more days. But then during this time, it's going to be a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Or will have went on. There are going to be dead bodies scattered everywhere. Okay? There's going to be dead bodies scattered everywhere. I'm telling you, this is what I see. There are going to be dead bodies scattered everywhere. There are going to be buildings torn down. They're going to be... Read Isaiah, the entire second chapter. The building's going to be torn down. The bridges going to be torn down. The roads going to be torn up. Okay, and a lot of it's going to have to do with the earthquake that take place. This is going to be a worldwide earthquake. Okay, that's going to take place at the resurrection. Okay, and all the pride of man is going to read the second chapter of Isaiah. All the pride of man, all the things that man takes pride in, all the buildings, all the structures, the infrastructure are going to be torn down. And after the kings of the east march across the river Euphrates, you heard the river Euphrates has dried up. After the kings of the east, which is China, Vietnam, Korea, and all of them, and Taiwan and all of them, after they march across, they're going to slay, I forgot, 1/4 of the population or something like that. It's a very large part of the planet population they're going to kill. Okay? So the earth is going to be jacked up pretty good. But those who wait, when the abomination of desolation take place, once you notice it, the Bible said flee. Okay? That those that are in Judah flee to the mountain. That those that on the housetop do not come down to get any belongings, but flee to wherever God has told you to go. But you have 1,200 and turn the page, 200 and whatever it was, 90-some days. And then after that, you have 45 days left for to be changed. And you say, well, how are you going to know what day you're going to be changed and raptured? Enoch knew. Enoch knew his day. Enoch knew his day. Elijah knew his day. The two witnesses of Revelation, they know their day. Jesus Christ knew his day. Why you won't know your day? Okay? You will know your day. All right? You will know your day. Just like how everybody that's been raptured knew their day. You're going to know yours. If you don't know it, you won't be ready. You won't be ready. Now, you know what? I'm sitting there telling y'all this, but y'all been, your mind, a lot of you all, your mind has been bent so long on this pre-tribulation rapture teaching. You probably still don't believe, and I'm giving you scripture. You still don't believe what I'm telling you. And I'm giving you scripture. Because I've talked with people like that. I've given them scripture. And they still don't believe it. But anyway, that's something I don't think you ever heard anybody talk about. Yeah, man. When the resurrection takes place, we will be visited by people that have died long time ago, before you are raptured. The Bible said we will not precede those. We will not go before those, the ones that have died. Okay, but we will go after them. Okay. So, happy Easter. We're looking forward to the resurrection. We're looking forward to the resurrection again. The river Euphrates has dried up. The king of the east is gathering their allies. Korea is joining with China. Vietnam will join with China. Taiwan is going to be taken by China. Or are they just going to volunteer to go? I don't know. But they're going to. The United States is saying we're going to fight for Taiwan to the end. But the United States is not going to be able to defend Taiwan. Okay? So we're at the door. We're at the very door. And we don't have long. We don't have long. So I'm looking forward to the resurrection. I'm looking forward to our new glorified bodies. I was thinking about our new glorified bodies today. Man, that's going to be something, man. Some of y'all bodies are going to be full of lightning. Okay? Some of y'all, some new glorified bodies are going to be full of lightning. It's going to be bright like lightning. Okay, the Bible said we are children of light. And the Bible called God Father of lights. So we're children of light, and our Father is light. We came from a light being. And some of y'all, when you get your new glorified body, people are going to see the lightning in you. They're going to see the lightning in your clothes. They're going to see the lightning in your face. Some of y'all, when y'all show up on a scene somewhere, there's going to be a thunder. They're going to hear thunder. Okay? That's the new glorified body, man. Okay? I'm telling you some stuff God has shown me. I've never heard anybody talk on that. Okay? There's the seven thunders in the book of Revelation, the seven thunders. That was a lady explained the seven thunders. She said God revealed to her what the seven thunders were. I'm telling you, the Bible is becoming clearer. Remember the scripture I just read to you in Daniel, the 12th chapter? I think what was that, the 12th verse, 11th verse? In the end times, our understanding is going to become clearer and clearer. But the wicked is going to do wickedly, and they will not understand. Okay? But God is revealing revelation to us. He's revealing this to us. And those who have an ear to hear will hear what I'm saying, and we'll hear what others are saying, and we'll understand. Okay? We'll understand. Yeah, this lady, I got her. I posted her on my news feed on my Facebook. God revealed to her the seven thunders. Okay, but I heard the seven thunders a few years back. I heard them. Boom, 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 boom. Seven of them, I believe. But I didn't understand what they were. I probably should have just asked God, Lord, what do they mean? He might would have told me, but I didn't. But okay, this is what you have to look forward to, y'all. I thought I would share that with you all. The resurrection. On the resurrection, when Christ rises again, that will be a great earthquake. And how's he going to rise again? He's going to rise again through you, through me, through his people. There's going to be another great, massive earthquake. Okay? There's a revelation, where the scripture said the rocks was, the rocks rent. There's a revelation in that. The rocks is symbolic for something, and I just don't know what it is. But I believe God is going to give me understanding on, and the earth did quake and the rocks rent. What is this? There's a revelation on the rocks rent. Or the rocks was torn up, or torn in two, or torn apart. Okay? And I believe God is going to give me, who are the rocks? Who are the rocks? What do the rocks represent? All right, guys. I hope you like this video, and I hope you share it. I'm looking forward to the resurrection. I hope you are too. I'm looking forward to that day. Man, that's all I was thinking about today. The resurrection. Man, the Lord is very good to us. He has done a marvelous work. As a matter of fact, He's done such a good job. He won't even let us see just how good of a job He's done, because we wouldn't know how to contain it. We wouldn't know how to act. We wouldn't really know how to receive it. Okay? The gospel is called the good news, or something. It sounds too good to be true. Man, if you knew what God has done for you, you would be like, man, why? Why? But I'm glad He did. I don't know why Jesus loved me, as the song said, but I'm glad He did. All right, all praise and glory and honor goes to Jesus Christ, El Elyon, Yeshua HaMashiach, because without Him we could do nothing. We thank El Elyon for sending His Son. Amen. All right, God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. If you like this video, man, I hope you share it. And just let me know what you think about it. And if you got any questions on what I just talked about, you feel free to write me and ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer whatever questions you got. Okay? All right. God bless you all. And happy Resurrection Day.